Welcome to The Sound, KQAL FM's weekly behind-the-scenes look at Midwestern-made music. From writing and recording to distribution and promotion, The Sound is your source for new releases and exclusive interviews from Midwestern artists. Support for The Sound is made possible by a grant from the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund. Rolling. Tonight on The Sound, we hang out with the boys from Whitetail. With members in both Minnesota and Wisconsin, Whitetail is sure to become a regional favorite as they get ready to drop their second release. Tonight, we sit down with Whitetail to check out a few tunes from their first EP, titled Another Day, and a few new tunes from their upcoming album. These local boys write tunes that are perfect for blowing off some steam at the end of a hard day or just cruising through the countryside. No matter whichever fits your fancy, I'd recommend sticking around for a while to find out more about this cool new band. I'm Bill Stoneberg saying kick off your boots, put your feet up, and grab your favorite beverage as we take you through the twists and turns that is Whitetail Another Day, right here tonight on The Sound.
Ain't enough for me. I smoke till I get thirsty and then I have another drink of three. Let me tell you about the day my baby walked away. She had a lot to say, and I don't care if she stays, 'cause I got shows to play, 'cause I got bills to pay. Don't wanna party today, I guess I've changed my ways. Yeah, right, okay. And now I just stay at home 'cause I don't know where to go, and I ain't got money to spend on nobody but room and board, my student loans. And nobody knows where I go or where I've been, but you know I've been busy, and I don't have a reason to disclose. It's just another day that'll wash away. What else can I say? You know tomorrow I'll pay. So I got in my other car and then drove down to the bar. It went a little too far when I broke out my other guitar. And I can't stay at home 'cause I got places to go, and I got some money to spend on anybody who wants a round at bar close. And everybody knows where I go and where I've been, but you know I've been busy, and I don't have a reason to disclose. And I can't stay at home, can't stay at home. We can't stay at home. No, we just can't stay at home.
That was Another Day, and that's the title track from the EP from the same name by the band Whitetail, who happens to be in the studio with us tonight. How you guys doing?
I'm feeling fabulous. It is Wednesday. I'm feeling great. The weather's awesome. I was actually planning on going fishing after this, so I'm doing fabulous.
Nice. Good day for that. Good day for that. And that's Jared, right?
Yeah, I'm Jared.
And you are a singer, guitar player?
I try to sing and I play guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go around the room. Everybody kind of introduce themselves and say what you play, and that way our listeners kind of maybe recognize your voice and know who you are.
I'm Ryan. I play drums. Occasionally I'll do backing vocals and some guitar.
Right. Yeah, I've seen some videos where you're playing guitar,
and
too.
like mandolin. And
Mandolin, I got
ukulele.
mandolin.
Nice.
And ukulele, yeah.
Multi-instrumental.
Whatever,
And the bongo.
And the bongo.
one.
And the vibra slap.
Jeez, dude, Gunner, now the
Triangle.
the pressure is on, man.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Gunnar Rockwell Hove, and I do many things, none of which too particularly well, but I get the job done. I don't really see myself as a musician, but more as a carpenter, because myself and a carpenter sees a problem, and then we get it done. We get the job done, and it may not be pretty, but I do complete tasks with these two gentlemen from time to time.
Yes.
I'd say it's pretty, Gunner.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be so down on yourself.
I do feel like more of a blue collar worker, because for all the listeners, these guys do songs completely, and I don't even record with them in the studio. That's how much I don't like dealing with them. They send it to me when I'm in my room, and then I do all of my parts separately on my own accord, and then I send it back to them.
And then we say, that sucks.
And then they tell me to do it again.
And then after about several transfers of WAV files, we're good
A few
to go.
months later,
Yeah,
the
and here we
song's
are.
done.
Right. Wow. Okay. So wow. We went through your whole process right there. Not really, but how? Okay. So since this is the first time we've had you guys in the studio, how'd you guys get together? How did you meet, and how did this band form? What's been your history here?
You want to start or you want me to take it?
Yeah. So me and Gunnar played basketball in 6th grade.
That is where it started. Yeah, so Ryan and I played basketball.
And I didn't know him, and he didn't know me, but we were on the same team. So already there's some teamwork going on there. We were on the bench a lot, but
We were on the bench.
yeah, we didn't see the court very often.
I was fat. Ryan was slow.
Yeah, pretty. But anyway,
This is news to me. I thought they were good from what they'd always told me.
Right.
so we played in some bands, and we grew up together jamming a little bit. But then we both came to Winona. We were in the jazz band together here. And then a few years ago, some guy reached out to me by the name of Alex Zachary.
Shout out.
And shout out Alex Zachary.
Still gigging?
Yeah, he gigs in all over Wisconsin. And I tried out for his band, and I shown up, and the guitar player is Jared sitting there, and I shook his hand, and we bonded, and then we were playing some gigs, and we got offered a gig, and we were like, I'll let you take over.
So we got offered a gig where I believe the leader of the other band we were in had a sound gig or something else lined up that weekend, so he couldn't take it. And I think
we don't want to lose business.
Yeah, we didn't want to lose business, and I called Ryan, and I was like, I don't know what to do about this. I got nothing going, but I was thinking I could book Alex, but he's already booked. So what should we do? He's like, well, we should start a band. I'm like, yeah, we got like 3 weeks to prepare, dude. Like, no, we can't do that. He's like, well, we totally could. I'm like, well, who's going to sing? Who's going to play bass? He's like, I'm like, who's going to play rhythm guitar? Like, whatever. He's like, well, you can sing. I'm like, no. It's like I sing. At that point I sang maybe like 2 songs a gig or something like that, and I just didn't enjoy it. Well, whatever. Conversation spirals. I ended up asking my buddy Elijah to play rhythm guitar.
Shout out Elijah.
Ryan reaches out to Gunnar, form a band, and figured, let's just try this gig and see what happens.
We did one rehearsal.
Yeah, we did one rehearsal. Went all right.
Yeah.
I mean, not great, but then we played the gig and everyone loved it, and we enjoyed the hell out of it. Cool. So it was like, then we were just like, well, we should keep doing this. And
right.
I think as we were playing that night, 2 other bar owners were there, and they booked us 2 more times, and we're like, all right, well, now we got to figure this out. So
right.
It
never
was an
stopped.
accident.
Wow. So you kind of fell into it with each other.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I love that. Baptism by fire, kind of, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, I mean, listening to what you guys have put out already, that's almost unbelievable. That's pretty sweet. How long ago was that then?
That was when we got the gig, and he called me. We were driving back from a gig that was in July of 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then that gig was the day before this fall semester started, so we had a few weeks, 3 weeks to prepare.
It was like exactly 3 weeks, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So so all the tunes that you sent me last fall and stuff, you guys had only been together for a year at that point?
Well, in that first year, I think gigged like a handful of times.
Right.
We were just kind of figuring shit out.
Right.
And me and Gunner would drive down consistently. He had a little recording studio in his basement, and we would drive up down to Ellsworth or up. Yeah, we drive up
right,
and record. And the first song we ever made was "Next to You."
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool,
So
very cool.
That was a really cool moment.
Cool. And okay, so wow, that seems like a lot. You guys have been productive, man.
Yeah,
you
I'd
guys have
say
been
so.
really productive. But that, that baptism by fire, that does help, I think, but playing shows does wonders, for a band. I know some bands can sit in the basement or the garage for years, and it's like, but until they play a show, that's when they really start to cook,
Well, I used to, actually, speaking of that, I used to gig with this older musician named Swanee. I still gig with him here and there. Awesome guy. But
Cool.
I remember one time he told me something along the lines of, if you rehearse this song in your basement, you're going to get 10% better. If you rehearse it in front of people, you're going to get 50% better.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that statement.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
That's great advice. That's true. It's true. Well, cool. So you have so Another Day is the EP that came out last fall, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. And now you guys are gearing up as you're releasing some songs to release another album,
Summer
right?
album, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I just wanted to get that straight so I know what these are, because the first couple tunes we're going to play are from the EP Another Day, and then we're going to play some of your newer stuff that we're looking forward to here. So,
And
well,
for
cool.
reference, Another Day, the EP was kind of just to get something out that people could listen to,
Sure.
and
sure.
that we had to play live.
Right.
We wanted some originals out there that people could go
so they
and
could hear them and
they could hear us. Yeah,
definitely.
we don't want to just be a cover band.
Well, you did a great job on Another Day. I don't know. I think it sounds
Appreciate
great.
it.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
sure. Well, let's get back. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's get back to some tunes. We're going to go ahead and play Next to You next. And I'm here tonight with Whitetail. Oh, did you have something to say about it? Or-
No.
Oh, okay. But we're here with Whitetail tonight. We're playing through some of their songs from their EP called Another Day, and then we're gonna play some newer tunes that they have that is gonna be on their new album that's coming out this summer, hopefully. This next one is called Next to You, and you're listening to it on the Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
The way she looks, I can't resist. Girl, I promise this song you don't wanna miss. No. No. Wish I was driving down a dirt road slow with you riding shotgun. We could hang by the creek till the night turns dawn. All alone. Baby, I'm sorry I can't keep it together, but I've never seen nothing like you in my whole life, never. Oh no. And there's nothing else in this world I'd rather do. No, there's nothing else in this world I'd rather do than sip out the bottle by the water sitting next to you. Sitting next to you. That warm summer wind blows through your hair. I wish that I could stop time right then and there. 'Cause girl, you just don't understand. You got me sitting in the palm of your hand. There's nothing I wouldn't do. Nothing I would do. about the bottle by the water sitting next to you. Sitting next to you.
That was Next to You, and that is from the band Whitetail. They have an EP out called Another Day, and they are in this studio with us tonight.
Yes.
All right, so we started kind of talking about how you've told us a little bit about the recording and how you recorded these songs so you could have some originals out there so when you get gigs and things like that. How about the writing? How does that work for you guys? Do you write as a group? Do you write individually and bring it in?
So
It's all Jared.
with this song Next to You in particular, I remember I had that 12-string acoustic intro / like rhythm guitar throughout the song. I just really liked that riff, and I was struggling on what to do with it. So I think I like played a skeleton of that for Ryan, and he was like, I'm new to this writing songs thing. I'm not good, like comfortable coming up with melodies, but I do have like a story that we could maybe write a song about. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like, well, could you like write it out or, tell me the story? So he writes it out on paper and gives it to me, and I'm gonna like paraphrase it because I'm not gonna be able to. I'll butcher this probably, but the story is something along the lines of, there's this guy that moves to a new town. And not many people know him, so he's going to local bars, try to figure people out, meet new people.
Right.
And he's sitting at the end of this bar, and this girl keeps walking in. I think he's there in the story. He said something like Thursday, Friday, every week. And like the third week, he finally gets the courage and enough beer in him to go talk to this girl. And he goes and sits by her and ends up having good conversation. They share some laughs. He buys her a drink. Continue to have good conversation. It's going well. He decides, all right, well, I've gotten this far. I'm going to ask her on a date. So he asks her on a date. She says, well, it's Thursday, so I do it. And he's like, no, not tonight. Like, let's meet up another time. Let's plan it out. And she goes, well, it's Sunday at like 1 o'clock. Work well. I'm free all Sunday afternoon. He goes, yeah, sounds great. And rest of the week goes by. Sunday, 1 o'clock pulls up. And he pulls down her driveway in his car. She comes out and she says, all right, well, where are we going? And when she gets in the car, she notices like a thick smell of booze. And this concerns her a little bit, but based on the good conversation she had with him and, seemed like a good guy, she overlooks it, think maybe he spilled some alcohol in his car or something. I don't know.
Right.
Well, they're sitting there talking and having good conversation. He explains how he's going to take her to a spot down by the river, which is like his favorite place to hang out since he moved to the area. And he goes to reach into the console, and she notices there's like bruises and scars on his hand. And so now she's a little more concerned, but conversations are going well, so she's still invested in overlooking it.
Right.
And when he opens that console, he reaches in and he grabs a half-empty bottle of bourbon whiskey and starts tipping that bottle up.
Uh-huh.
And now she's a little more concerned.
Right.
She's thinking, okay, this is my ride home. This driving me around.
Yeah.
Well, they get all the way to the spot, parks the truck or the car, and she is just breathtaking by the beauty. Like there's flowers, there's like a nice rock shore, a nice long dock.
Stream.
The river's beautiful. And when she gets out to go, look around, she notices he like stumbles out of the driver's seat and falls over. And now she's a little disappointed because her date's so drunk that he can't even keep himself up. So she's, like I said, she's disappointed. She walks over to the riverbank, and as she's just inspecting the beauty of nature, she hears some footsteps come up behind her, and in a swift, quick motion, she feels a hand wrap around her neck and starts to lose her breath. And then this is the moment she realizes that this isn't the date she had in mind.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's just a corny love song. I'm coming up with.
That's not what the song's about at all.
I was like, dang, that is, I was along for the ride with you, and I was like, wait, this is super in-depth. Like, wow, there's a backstory. Like, is there a film coming out that go along with this movie, or this song? Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the song that is the story Ryan gave me. He wanted the song to be about.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
From experience.
From experience. Wait a minute.
Okay. He was the girl. No, I'm kidding.
Either way.
The song was actually just I'll go back to I remember we were talking about when we formed the band on that car ride home from the gig when our previous band leader was he was booked. He had actually sent me that song on that day.
Yeah.
And so I was driving back and I remember listening to that and then we were like, "Oh, let's do this gig." And that's when I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I got to get involved here." And then I remember sending it to Gunner when we were both at the gym and he was like, "Oh, wow, that's really cool." And
Like when a parent looks at their child's drawing.
Yeah.
yeah, that's really good.
Good job. Oh, wow. That's amazing. There's a song that I really like. There's a band in Minneapolis called Turn, Turn, Turn. Adam Levy is the singer. He used to be in a band called the Honey Dogs. I don't
Okay.
know. Okay.
Sounds familiar. Can't say I've seen him.
But he has a song similar to that where it's a woman and she's got the dude is in the trunk. She's on her way to get rid of him.
I'm getting ideas. It's like an avenue we could go down.
Yeah. Tell a fake story.
Yeah. Huh. Well, interesting.
Yes.
Sorry for the detour, guys.
No, that's cool. That's awesome. What about okay. Then when you have an idea like that, like when you start putting it down with like chords and creating a melody out of it, what comes first for you? Do you do you just strum the guitar until you find like a chord progression you like, or do you sing it? What do you do?
I'd say when it comes to creating one of these songs, honestly, the way all of them start is like just strumming chord. I like to practice before bed. I just sit on the end of my bed and practice guitar.
Totally.
A lot of times it'll be like I'll strum a few chords and I'll either put that on my looper pedal or solo over it with a different guitar, or in my head just kind of like think of a guitar solo melody. And sometimes it's like, oh, that could be a vocal melody. And then sometimes think like, how would the syllables match up with this rhythm? And so that, and then I can think just kind of snowballs. You can ask these guys. I have so many songs that I have like 5 lyrics to. Right, and then I just go, all right, where do we go from here? And then, Ryan will have an idea or Gunnar will have an idea, and it'll just kind of snowball.
Yeah.
And the one thing I would like to get into more with songwriting is writing with and I have done this on some songs like 13th Floor, or I think that's the only one, but coming into it with intention, think of a story beforehand,
right,
and then kind of capitalize on that. But no, currently it's kind of just like drop of a hat.
Just let it
let's
rip
just see
and
what happens.
Yeah. I like that you said that you'll maybe put a chord progression in the looper and then solo over it to find melodies. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I love it because a lot of times people will just say, well, I just strum chords until it happens.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, okay, that's great too, but it's cool to see someone doing something a little different.
Yeah,
like
a little
that.
bit of strategy.
That's really cool. I love it. How about and I think maybe we've touched on this already, but how true are the songs? You know what I mean? Like thematically, is it like all experiences that you've had? Are they specific experiences, or do you just kind of draw on life to paint a picture?
So
is it fiction or is it fact?
That totally depends on the song, I think.
Okay, cool.
Like Monday Night, which is one I think we're going to get into in a little bit here. That's a complete true story. Next to You is not necessarily even a story, I would say, but I think they're real
paints a picture.
Yeah,
like you said.
Yeah, things that I've experienced, but I'm not quoting, if that makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then Another Day is fictional.
Yeah, Another Day is fictional. In a sense.
But you probably draw off of experiences you've had, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I'm not doing much, I can't write a song. So
right. You need life experience in order to
do
it, right? Cool. Well, let's. You mentioned Monday Night. Let's get into that. Let's play that for folks, and then we'll come back and talk a little more. Yeah, let's do it. I'm here tonight with Whitetail, brand new band. Well, brand newish, kind of. Fairly new. Where should I say you guys are from? Because I know Ryan here lives in Winona. You guys are maybe Nelson area, right?
Well, that's where we're based out of right now.
Based out of Nelson? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
At the time of all these recordings, it was in Ellsworth, while
Ellsworth,
Gunner hears
Wisconsin.
from him.
Okay, sure. So we
Winona,
moved
too.
around a little bit. For,
All over.
for home base. All right, well, Minnesota, Wisconsin. We'll say that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
that sounds fair.
I'm here with Whitetail tonight. They're a Minnesota, Wisconsin-based band, and they have an EP out called Another Day, and they're going to be releasing some new tunes also. We'll get into those pretty quick, but this one, Monday Night. This is from their EP Another Day, and it's from Whitetail, and you're listening to it on The Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
One Miller Lite and two Miller Lights, got three Miller Lights in me. And I love beer, so 4, 5, 6, and now I gotta pee. It's only Monday night, but it feels so right, and I don't wanna stop right now. 7, 8, 9, 10 Miller Lights, got 10 of them in me right now. Get drunk, I get all excited and I start to smoke that weed. I light one up when I know damn well one ain't enough for me. I smoke till I get thirsty and then I have another drink of 3. I know it's Monday night, but it feels so right to get drunk and smoke all of my weed. On the porch with a Miller Lite and a cigarette in my hand, staring at the sky and wondering why I am the way I am. When I get tipsy, I tear out the whiskey and build myself up again. Oh, then I have 11 Miller Lights and 12 Miller Lights, got 13 beers in me. If I have one more, might throw up, and maybe I'll hit 15. It's only Monday night, but it feels so right, and I don't want to stop right now. 16 Miller Lights, and I'm never stopping, so why stop now?
That was Monday Night, and that's a track off of the EP called Another Day from the band Whitetail. And I happen to have Whitetail in the studio with us tonight. All right, guys, so...
Jeez, that song sucks.
Come on,
Who wrote
dude.
that one?
You guys have been waiting to say that.
Yeah.
So Monday Night, you were talking about how that came together. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, what was the process behind that tune? You know, what's it mean to you? Things like that.
So this was when I was a... Let me think. This was written quite a while ago.
Okay.
Like a couple years ago.
Oh, cool.
I was a junior in college at UWRF at the time. And I was... No, sorry. I think I was a senior. I did 5 years of school because I drank too much beer. But
yeah, 5 years isn't bad these days.
Yeah. And
it took me 20 years to get my bachelor's degree, so don't worry about it.
I don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was in my 4th year of school. I think I was either living in River Falls or at my brother's, whatever. I was hanging out at my brother's house, and I was rehearsing for a gig. Mm-hmm. And I might have been there just because there was no one at the house, and I could be loud. And if I stayed at my place in River Falls with roommates, I'd just keep them up all night.
Right.
And I had gotten done rehearsing, or like practicing for this gig, and I was like, screw it, I'll try writing a song. And he had just like torn everything out of his house to remodel it. So I was like, no chairs. I was sitting on a cooler on plywood floor, no furniture, nothing.
Right.
And at this time, I was partying quite a bit. So I think I was just trying to write a song, and I looked around, and there were literally like 15 empty beer cans on the floor, Miller Lights, and
it's remodeling.
Like the whole song was written in like 1 minute. Like,
oh wow!
I was like, I'm gonna write about this right now, and it's only like 4 chords, I think, maybe 5 with the A minor, whatever.
4 chords.
4 chords. Yeah, that's why I asked Gunner. I always forget.
Right.
5 chords. There's 1, 4, 5, 6, but for the breakdown, it's 2, 5, 1.
Oh, yep. Okay.
5 chord song.
Dang. Yeah.
This is the genius in our band, by the way.
Right. Bass players are always the hidden genius, too. That's the weird part.
I've been saying these things.
There's quite a few times I ask him, like, what key do we do this in? Like, how, at a gig. But anyways,
guy doesn't have a damn clue, man.
No.
Me either. And I was a bass player. But I guess I wasn't I'm not a bass
Your
player.
band must have been in trouble.
We must have sucked, yeah. Right? Totally.
Kidding.
Totally.
But anyways, that's like the whole story of that song. I was just sitting there and I was like, what should I write about? Oh, there's a bunch of beer around.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Which is a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
Anyone that listens to our music.
That really is the theme.
That's the core element of
Do
Whitetail
we
music.
have a song that doesn't address beer or women?
Ooh,
Do
good
we?
question.
Listeners at home,
question.
call us in and let us know.
Yeah.
Does Pass the Pine stuff here?
You're right. Past the Pines is not.
Boom.
It doesn't.
What's
it
that
doesn't
song
say
about?
anything about...
That song's actually about
Douglas.
You
working.
don't throw one back when you're standing in the shade past the pines? No?
No, that one's actually about. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we will. Oh, well, I have a question. So I was thinking, in fact, that occurred to me, Gunnar, that there's a lot of...
There's some common themes here.
Some common themes, right. And it's funny, I asked a very similar question to the last band I had in here. So do you think that maybe... Do you find that writing songs is maybe easier than like AA or therapy or something like
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
Or is it, and then something occurred to me, maybe it's, maybe the drinking replaces therapy and then the songwriting replaces AA. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of a joke question. But.
That's a double-edged sword because you could pour your soul or pour your whiskey into writing a song, however you want to word it.
Right.
Then you could write a really good song and be like, oh, hell yeah, I'm drinking a 30 rack after that one.
To celebrate it.
Yeah,
Right. You're right. So it could go either way. That's true. Huh. I think it's a constant dilemma with all artists, which comes first, the pain or the song or the song and then,
Right.
whatever. I don't know, So,
opens your mind a little bit,
just kind
I
of
guess.
just more of a joke question, but, how did you guys actually how did you record this? Where did you do it? Who pressed the buttons?
So-
who used the mics? Who did the stuff? Who engineered it?
This guy, yeah.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I bought a mixing board when we started this band.
Okay.
And when I bought it, or when I was shopping around for it, I found you could also use a mixing board as an interface, which I knew, but didn't really cross my mind. And before this, I just had one of those little Focusrite single input interfaces.
Yeah, like that one right there. Yeah.
Yeah, that exact one right there.
Right,
That's what I had.
Right.
And it does the job.
Yeah,
but
they do the job.
Prior to buying that mixing board, I don't think I'd ever recorded real drums because, you could throw one mic
But
over
it's
it.
hard to, yeah.
Right,
yeah,
and I just don't think I ever did. So I bought that mixing board. I had FL Studio because prior to this band, I had just recorded a bunch of other stuff for fun with other buddies.
Yeah.
And so I had probably, I'd say 3 years of just screwing around in FL Studio and mixing prior to this.
Yeah.
And shout out to Elijah.
Yes.
He had played he's very good, our buddy Elijah. He's very good at production and mixing and all this, so he helped us out a lot.
Cool.
But between Elijah and I's knowledge of production, that's kind of how
That's how it came together.
The recording part of it came to be.
And Elijah knows
Nice.
everything about mic placement,
Oh,
what
cool.
mic should go where,
Right,
EQing,
right.
just everything. So
Cool.
I still last week I called him and I was like,
No, he didn't answer.
he didn't answer though. Yeah. But then
That's
he
a
texted
different
me
story.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I always ask him where should I place this mic? Where should I put
Right.
it? And he knows.
Right.
And it always
Yeah,
works.
it's so helpful to have
That's so important. It's
Yeah.
so important. I love that stuff. That's where the real magic happens, man. Recording
Oh.
things in a room,
Man.
with microphones.
Oh, and it was so cool. The studio I built in my brother's basement when I used to live there, it was about the size of this room, not as tall.
Okay.
But I covered it in those little black foam squares.
Yeah.
And I made an amp wall, and we had the drums in the corner and the desk. It was, man, I missed that room. That was so
wow.
fun. I had rugs on the floor,
It was a
one of them was a
giant
giant monkey. One of them was a
Nice.
psychedelic. Yeah,
Heck
it was
yeah,
so
heck
cool.
yeah. You got to have atmosphere too. Is that
Yeah.
where you recorded the Another Day stuff? Or?
That whole EP was recorded there, I
Sweet.
believe.
Cool.
Yeah.
You gotta get that monkey rug.
And then
Yeah, I know.
there you go. That could be a song. You got to get that
Gotta
monkey
get that
rug.
monkey
Yeah, there we go. You do an Elvis.
I also want to know though, what's the board you bought?
It is an. Give me a second here.
Tascam?
Give me a second here.
Oh, it's not a Tascam.
No, it's. I know it's called an L12, but I forget the brand.
Okay.
Zoom.
Oh.
Zoom L12.
Interesting.
The brand isn't Zoom.
I think it is.
Shoot, because it has 12 tracks.
Dude, I have no
How
idea.
can I not remember this?
I've never looked at his board.
Right?
Because I remember when I bought it, I didn't have any money to buy anything, and I did. So I should remember. It was a big deal at the
Yeah,
time.
but you're staring at the faders and the knobs,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah, exactly.
not the brand name. You know.
Yeah.
Well, I was just curious. I'm thinking about. I use an interface, a Behringer interface at home, and lately I've been like, man, I'm tired of staring at the screen and using a computer keyboard.
Oh, right.
I want to go back to having a mixer.
Yeah.
And I was looking at those Tascam. They have a built-in interface mixers. That
Oh, cool.
They're also controlled like the controllers. It'll control your DAW. So.
Oh.
So yeah, I was curious if
Live
you had
Track
that.
L12,
And,
that's
you
what it's
know,
called.
Oh, Live Track
Live Track
L12.
L12, yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
There you go.
Is
See,
it
I knew
really not
something would
Zoom?
jog your memory.
No, that's like the driver name.
Oh.
Live Track
I would put
L12.
money on
12.
it.
Cool. I
Yeah.
wrote that down. I'm going to check that out. Super interested in that stuff. But
Yeah, and you
Well,
can
cool.
save scenes on it. And
Nice.
I think
There
that's
you go.
We
yeah.
use it live too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It's, just,
Yep.
it's like a band member at
Yeah,
this point.
it's passed around like
Right,
a bag
right.
of potato chips.
Awesome. So when you do record, like, are the songs, are they fully formed, or do they kind of grow as you lay them down? Do they change and evolve, or are they pretty fully formed and you know what you're going to do? And you know, how does that process work for you guys?
Again, that depends on the song.
It does.
It does.
Okay.
What song were we talking about? Was it
Monday night.
Well, we just
Night?
played Monday night. Yeah.
That one was fully done before it was recorded.
Yeah. So typically, he'll have a chord progression, like you said earlier, and he'll have a melody or something, and we'll just sit. Mostly him. Sometimes I'll help out. I can just hear him walking around, like working on lyrics and stuff. And then once it's finished, I'll be gone one night. I'll come back and he'll have acoustic guitar, like a first take vocal track, just enough so I can put drums on it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then we build it from there. We spend a night building it, and then we send it to Gunner over there, who
I lurk in my cave, and they give me the privilege of adding one track.
yeah.
So I get one voice to say what I want to say.
Right.
And I say something every time. And sometimes they say, hey, Gunner, maybe you should say something else. And I say, okay, guys, all right, fine. But they give me a lot of creative
Cool.
liberties.
Cool.
I like
Well,
that.
we like it. We like what he does.
Right.
I've worked with people that are breathing down my neck, and they tell me what to do, how to
Right,
do it,
right.
when to do it,
Oof.
what should I wear while doing it.
Oh boy.
great.
But these
Yeah, that's a
guys
lot.
couldn't care less,
Which is good, right?
which is good.
Which is good. It's a good
it's
thing.
freeing. It's
Yeah.
like getting off after work, and you take off your clothes, and you're sitting on the couch with your undies.
Yeah.
You got
Totally.
a cold drink. That's what being in this band feels
Holy
like.
freedom. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Freeing.
I love this. What this band feels like. Tidy whities with a beer on the couch.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's good.
It's great.
You take your sweaty bra off after a long day.
So, well, you mentioned the acoustic guitar in there too. I really dig your acoustic guitar sound. How did you guys record
Okay.
that?
So
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, there was a specific tune. In fact, I don't remember exactly which one, but there was one that really stood out to me, and I was like, "What is that?"
Well, these were all recorded on my beater acoustic guitar, which
He's
has
got-
been.
Actually,
it
I
has
know
been,
what it was.
worse.
It was the beginning of Next to You. Is what it was.
Oh, that's my 12
that's
string.
12 string.
But my
Okay.
that also has acoustic. But
Uh-huh.
I have
Either
this
way, yeah.
the 6-string acoustic that I've thrown. I've left outside multiple nights.
Nice.
I have freaking.
Oh,
it has
been loved and used and abused. Yeah.
Yeah.
painful
It-
to play. He's
it-
the only one that can make it sound.
Oh, the
good.
action is like this high.
Whoa! Wow.
But I'm getting a new one soon, so I apologize to everyone that listens to our music that had to deal with that in the past. But my new one is going to sound good.
So is it full acoustic? Do you record it with mics, or is it electric acoustic? How did you record it?
Full acoustic.
Okay.
I've
Shouldn't
never recorded line in acoustic.
Right. Me neither.
I don't like it.
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit thinking about it.
No, I really don't like that. Like the attack. It almost you can tell it's
You can
line
totally
in.
tell. You can totally
Yeah.
tell. Yeah, it does. It does.
But that song we just listened to Monday night, I forgot to say that was recorded at Carpet Booth Studios.
Oh,
That
cool.
was not a home recording.
Okay,
So,
okay, nice.
But I just wanted to clear that up. So
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
weren't
Give them
thinking
some
I was
credit too,
yeah,
right?
right.
You know, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
They're great
place.
up there.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Who engineered that for you up there? Do you remember?
Brian Runquist was
Okay.
our producer. If you know him at all, he
I've
plays
heard the
guitar
name.
for
I've heard
Atari.
the name,
Shout
yeah.
out, Brian.
Oh, Atari.
Atari.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Brian's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gigged with some of the guys from that band. Good, yeah, and they're kick
Awesome.
So, okay, so Brian was the producer, and then I believe the guy that mastered and mixed it was Charlie. Sorry, I almost just made a bad joke, but Charlie Burkett.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry, we might have to cut that.
Totally. Well, cool. No, I
he
dig
also
it,
did
man.
the whole EP.
And there's, did he? Okay, nice.
Yeah, and
very
he
nice.
I really appreciated his mastering.
Yeah. I think it sounds good.
We send it up, and they take care of it and send it back.
Nice. There you go. You can't beat that, right?
No,
Heck yeah. Sometimes these things get in your head, and it's like you just can't get past it or through it. You know, it's nice to have someone else work on it and help out. For sure. Well, we're getting a little wordy. Let's get into another tune here and play some songs for people. Here with Whitetail tonight. They're a band out of, Wisconsin and Minnesota, currently around the Nelson area. So if you're in the area, catch a show, which we'll talk about soon. You guys have got a show coming up soon, too. Here in town, I think.
Yes.
So we've been playing through their EP Another Day. We played a few tunes off that, and now we're going to play some new songs that they've got coming up that should be on an album to be released, summer, hopefully? By the end of
Definitely
summer?
within the boundaries of summer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not sure when.
So look forward to these things coming out, and we can play these on the air, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
We allow it.
So thank you. So you can hear these songs here, but the album will come out sometime this summer. This next one is called Sunny Side, and it's from Whitetail, and you're listening to it right here on the Sound on 89.5 KQAL.
Sorry that I missed your call. Don't know why you think I'd answer at all. Something's been inside your head for a while, and whatever it is, it doesn't make me smile. You see, the things that you do, they just creep me out. Now I don't even wanna sit with you on the couch, and you say that you love me, and we figure it out till the morning comes around. Well, I'm doing okay, I guess I'm doing alright. I wouldn't have it any other way, made in the shade on the sunny side of life. Nothing lasts forever, and you know that's true. But you've always got the option to move on to something new. Well, I've done it before. No, dude, literally done it like 20 times. So what's wrong with one more? When I sit still, I get bored, and I go to the bottle and I take a pour till I can't get myself off the floor. Well, I'm doing okay, I guess I'm doing alright. I wouldn't have it any other way, made in the shade on the sunny side of life. I'm doing alright. I wouldn't have it any other way, made in the shade on the sunny side of
That was Sunny Side, and that is a tune from Whitetail. And Whitetail's in the studio with us tonight. All right, so we kind of got in the weeds there a little bit with
Come on, dude.
every song. That, Of course, the drummer's going to say something like that after every tune.
Yep.
You know, it's either song sucks or I rule. That's the only things I think they know how to say. You know.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you understand.
But I do understand. I've known too many drummers. You know.
That song is great. I love that song because every time there's a moment of silence, I do something stupid, and I thought you guys were gonna clip the stupid things, but they left every stupid thing in.
Oh, they're awesome.
So
dude.
every time there's like a contrast moment, I do something just stupid that I didn't think was going to make the cut.
I love that. That's the best.
Actually,
that's the best.
I got a funny story about that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
There's this one stop towards the end of the song. I think it's before the key change maybe or something.
Okay.
But like I remember like specifically I was listening to like some other Pearl Jam song or something and they did like a stop and I was like I want to do that.
Ah, yeah.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
or everything cuts out and then Gunnar sends a bass track back where like during that stop he goes and I was like that's actually freaking sick. I'm going to leave that in there. That's awesome.
Cool. I
But
love that.
I specifically remember that now that you say that.
I love that.
That piece is a comedy bit for me.
Yeah.
It's not a musical statement. It's more of a bunch of small gags.
And that's clear from the very first second.
Because the intro of that song is one of my stupid ideas.
Yeah, the intro.
So that song is kind of like a nice chocolate cake, but with some like jelly beans in it. You know, something you're not really
Nice.
expecting.
I might make
I
one of
love
those
that.
later.
That sounds good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that gives me ideas. Real bad ideas. So you guys are getting ready to release another album this summer. But you have these singles out too. What are your thoughts, in 2026 here, singles versus album? Like, are albums still important?
We've never talked about this.
We don't
I
really
actually
know.
would like to get Whitetail's input on this.
Yeah.
I appreciate the idea and artistry of an album, but to your point, I think a single is way more strategic because you can release more frequently and get more engagement because every time you release, you have a spike potentially for engagement.
Right.
But
then that spike goes down.
Yes.
No matter if it's a full album or a single.
Yeah, so that's what happened after we put out Another Day EP. Our
Everyone loves
Spotify,
it.
Apple Music stats were soaring.
Right.
And then over the few months, as we were working on songs on this album, we originally weren't going to release any singles. It was just we were gonna do a summer album. But we were just like, it was like we disappeared, and all of our friends, his friends were
My
like,
cousin
everyone
Logan.
was making jokes
Yeah.
that we retired and stuff.
My cousin Logan would snap me like every day of like a picture of him listening to us in his truck and say, like, "What these guys used to be really good. Sucks they retired." Yeah.
So we were working on the album, and we had some of these songs that were done, and we were proud of them. It's like, why not? Why not just put them out? And then our stats started climbing again. So
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think of this little theory? So, like you said, like the engagement spikes and drops. If you do a single versus an album, if you do an album, you're blowing a full,
Load.
12 songs. Yeah, full
load. We're blowing our load.
But
right?
if you do
Yeah.
singles, you release one, engagement goes up, it might start to fall down, you release another. You can
Right.
keep that engagement
Keep that up,
longer.
yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, like if I'm trying to visualize a chart in my head. I don't know.
So Gunnar, to translate. So
Blowing my load.
because I'm a bass player too. I think I speak your language.
Hello, Bill.
So I think what he said here was if you release something and the engagement goes down, but then you release something else, it keeps it up. So the issue here is if you can keep it up or you're just going to blow your load on 12 songs. Is that I think that's where we're Did I get that right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
I think it's an argument of who are
We might
we
have to
trying
bleep some of
to
this.
have artistic integrity or are we trying to appease to the masses? Because as you said, with an album,
Yes.
it's a lot more defined. You get to tell a story, but as we know with algorithms, it doesn't really track well for listeners.
Right.
So we can't pay for heating and we die of hypothermia if we do an album. However, we do feel good about ourselves. Or we can release singles and we can put bread on the table and maybe steak on Saturdays. But now we are the hookers of the music industry and we are releasing these little snippets with no context of story or any larger substance. So we go back and forth between being philosophers and hookers.
Yeah, that was very well said.
See,
that's
yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
And
too.
recently we released
So-
an EP and we were a whore.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
We did it for you guys.
Yeah.
Slut for money.
But I think there's maybe a happy medium where you can like release singles.
I'm
then-
just kidding about all
But
this.
then, just, right. But like physical product, maybe you release an album. You know what I mean? Because like as you can see in this room, I love physical media. I love that a good vinyl record or CDs, things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a lost cause anymore. I think that vinyl has made a resurgence. The band that I interviewed last week had a cassette tape. Their new release is cassette only, or internet. You can get it streaming, but the only physical media you can get is a cassette tape.
That's pretty
And
cool.
like that's interesting too. So I don't think physical media is lost. There's definitely an interest in it. So maybe that's where we can get the artistic, satisfaction, where your philosopher cap, and then you can go horn around and make the money, with the singles.
We'll have to talk about that one.
Yeah, I could sit here and theorize about this all day.
Right?
It's such an interesting conversation.
I know. I think about that. Well, I ask this of every single band because it's like, what does everyone think? Because right now is the time. Because things are different now than they used to be, and it's kind of wide open. It's kind of up to you guys how this works.
Right.
Like how do you want it to work? There's a band that I listen to. They're based in Nashville, and I don't think they really ever leave. They're called Whiskey Wolves of the West.
Cool name.
You might know one of them. Leroy Powell is one of the guys. He was the guitarist in Shooter Jennings' band, the 357s, I believe they were called, when he first came out as a solo artist. You know what I'm talking about?
He sounds like a great guy.
Shooter Jennings or Leroy? I don't know either one of them, but yeah.
Shout out both of them.
Yeah.
And then he was on some TV show too. I don't know if it was a reality show about Nashville or whatever. But now he's got this thing, Whiskey Wolves of the West, and I look at their tour dates on, bands in town or whatever, Nashville only. There's like 2 places in Nashville they play. And they just release singles now. But it's constant. There's a new single like every month for the past few years. And it's
There's
like,
got to be some
wow.
science behind that.
I think that's what
sounds like scrolling on your phone, man.
And then
I
without
don't know.
leaving, they don't have the cost of touring. People are coming to them because of where they are. Mm-hmm. It's like, that might not be a bad strategy, So I think there's all kinds of different ways people could do it,
Yeah, there is.
So,
It's hard to pick.
yeah. Interesting stuff. For sure. Speaking of which, what do you guys listen to? What are you into? What do you,
That's like our secret formula is we're all from so different musical backgrounds.
Awesome.
This is going to be a fight.
Come-
Yeah, this
yeah,
is a very
excellent.
touchy subject.
Yeah.
Ooh, a touchy
Yeah.
subject. Okay.
You want to start, Gunnar?
Well, let's
Yeah,
start
it's
with
like
Jared because I think we should go Jared, Ryan, and myself because I do think that is the order of how much this influence bleeds into our songs.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Like, can I label?
Yeah.
Can I put
Yep.
genres on you guys?
Yeah,
and
Please
guess?
label us. We love that.
Because I don't want to. I want to make one guess. I think I have a guess for you, just because of the bass player thing.
He's never going to guess TV Static, man. He's never going to guess it.
Oh man! Dang it! Now I got to guess something different. I got to start with Jared though.
You
Yeah,
can't,
what do
you
you-
can't
yeah,
base it off what I'm wearing.
Yeah, just
How
look
about
at this
that?
guy.
Oh right. Gosh. Okay, I'm gonna say Americana, country rock, classic rock.
It's like you know
Holy
him.
smokes,
And
that
I'm
was
gonna
pretty
say,
good.
and then Ryan, and don't tell me if I'm right. I'm gonna do everybody, and then we'll
Okay.
see what,
Yep,
and then
yep.
you guys can tell me. Ryan, I'm gonna say a little more modern rock, but also classic rock, and then modern rock might stretch into. Not what I would consider prog, but like more like, more player-centered modern rock. You know what I mean? Where your chops, you got to have good chops.
Interesting.
And I'm going to say for Gunnar, I'm going to say metal.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably not. I think that's too broad, but I think I'm just going to say metal because I just think for some reason, bass players in like country rock bands seem to be metalheads.
Yeah, it's funny you say that about Ryan, about the player thing, because we recently talked about how your guess of him is completely the opposite of the truth. Ryan
Really?
doesn't actually care about how technical any playing is. and he's just fine if who he's listening to has the playing abilities of a fifth grader.
Okay.
What he actually cares about is the quality of production. Many people that Ryan listened to are, I'm not going to say untalented, because to say that to him right here is kind of like spitting in the face of his music taste. But he doesn't actually
This is
care.
gonna be a fight. I think Gunner's been waiting for this
warned you.
moment.
He warned
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it's interesting that you say prog and technical, because we just had this conversation, and
Right,
what we
right.
concluded is those are actually the two things that he doesn't care about.
Okay. Yeah, me either. Actually,
Well,
you know.
Yeah, I like songwriting, storytelling, and if it just sounds
Yeah,
good.
and production. Those are my
Yeah.
that's my like trilogy of what attracts me to
Yeah.
music. Yeah. And I think so. Are you the prog rock guy?
I don't. Here's my.
I mean, I think
here's
prog
my
rock's
thing.
going too far. You
Prog
know?
rock is good.
I don't
Here's
think
my one
anyone in
thing. You
this
said
room is
metal. You said metal. I cringed a little bit.
I would too,
Because
but
I like
yeah.
me some heavy songs, but actually some of my least favorite music on this planet would also become metal. I think some of my least favorite genres are rooted in metal, because I like intention and technicality in music, and some of these metal bands, they replace any kind of musicianship with the volume knob, and they just turn up loud, and I like that energy.
Right.
But I'm like, hey guys, hey, where's the science? You know?
Right.
Where's the science?
That is interesting, because I just recently learned. I just looked at our website. Was it a website? No, our TikTok page. It has like profiles on everyone that works here, and it says that my favorite genre of music is, what did it say? It said two things, but the second one it said was metal.
How dare they?
And I don't like metal even. It's funny. So it's also interesting that I even guessed that for you. Cool.
How
Wow.
do they get metal
So,
out of you?
I don't know. I might have told them hard rock, and they just interpreted that. Oh, that's metal.
yep.
You know. And I like punk, and I like hard rock. I like things like that. You know.
Heck yeah.
You know, but and then maybe I told them a band or two, and they misinterpreted that. You know. I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan before they fell apart. Right when everyone noticed who they were, you know, so maybe they interpret something like that as metal. I don't know.
A lot of old people see Guns N' Roses as metal. Yeah.
yeah.
That's weird to me, but
Someone
you know,
like me.
they're just super loud Stones, kind of, you know. But
I can see that.
what about you, Jared? What do you listen to?
So
Was I close?
you were
Really?
That was the most accurate one.
I would say, like, if I had to pick 3 genres to listen to for the rest of my life, that's what I would pick. But the thing about me, and these guys know it, you can play me like almost any song in the world, and I'll be like, I'll try to like it. So
Right.
like,
you
if
find things in it, you know.
if you were to listen to what I listened to on the way here from work, you would have heard Van Halen, you would have heard Johnny Cash, you would have heard like some modern country, you'd have
Right.
probably heard some classical piano. Like it's all
all
over.
over the place. Which Van Halen? The
Oh,
Van Halen or
this
Van
is another
Hagar?
sensitive
the real
topic.
Van Halen, the real Van Halen.
Oh,
no,
which I'm assuming is
Pre-1985.
Right.
Um,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
I'm-
I like both, and I liked both when it happened. You know. But,
Yep. Yeah, because
you know,
they both
whatever.
had a great guitar player. One had a good lead singer too, but
No.
One had a great lead vocalist. They both had really good frontmen.
yeah, yes, I'd agree
Very
with that.
civil.
And I know where you're going with that, but
Let's not make everyone mad.
yes, it's all playful.
Yeah, for
I don't,
sure.
Yeah,
And I agree though, and I could it's kind of not fair. I've heard your songwriting, so I drew from that. You know.
Also, he's wearing a camouflage
But
shirt.
yeah, you
I'm
gotta-
wearing a camo shirt for everyone that can't see. So I knew he was going to be like country.
What?
That's what you like.
Yeah, I don't know. You know.
Oh, that's funny.
I tried not to because you
Yeah.
said don't judge it by this. You
Yeah.
know. So I thought, oh God,
But
it's going to be
I do-
something off the wall now.
I do like some good country, and
Totally.
in some senses, I really don't like the direction modern country is going. Here's what I don't like about it.
Sure, let's hear it.
There's a lot of
Now we're gonna piss
really
people off.
popular. Yeah, there's a lot of really popular country artists that are making basically like pop,
Right.
and they have a country voice, and they also have some country songs.
Right.
But I think that should be a different genre.
Sure.
Because I'm not saying I don't like it,
Yeah,
but
I hear
it's
you.
not sounding like
I
country
hear
at a
you.
certain
I
point.
hear you.
And I'm not like sitting here complaining about
I
it. But
hear you. There's so many
would you
good
agree with
indie.
me on that?
I agree with what Jared has said.
Yeah.
He doesn't agree. He's being sarcastic.
I do agree with what Jared has said. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of consider there's a lot of really great like indie country artists right now.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
But I do think the Nashville machine cranks out a lot of pop music.
Right.
That just happens.
Yeah.
It's money. That's what happens,
Yep.
Let's now I'm curious, Ryan, let's go around the room. What did you listen to before you came here today?
Oh, well, you weren't half wrong when you said so.
Ryan likes the Beatles.
And
Yes,
I
you can
guess
see
and
it on
everything
my
I guessed
shirt.
is stuff that I like except for metal.
So Bill has established that he's not a fan of me.
No, I just think that you'd have an interesting answer if I threw that at you, What do you think, Ryan? What do you yeah.
What I was listening to was Abbey Road deluxe
Oh, nice.
version on the way here.
Deluxe version.
Which I like.
How can it get more deluxe?
Just like
Extra tracks.
extra tracks and stuff that wasn't on the album that and Beatles fan like me enjoys.
Cool.
But I also really dig that modern rock, I like pop music. I like
Cool.
it. I'm in a big Michael Jackson phase right now.
Are you really?
I love Michael Jackson.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What kind of Michael Jackson? What's the last Michael Jackson stuff you listened to? What album?
You mind if we cut this podcast off right now? I'm kidding.
We have this debate every night.
Awesome.
Michael Jackson, I think, peaked and was at his best in 1987.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
totally.
Michael
I would
Jackson
agree.
right there.
I would agree. And the real early stuff, and you guys might want to keep this guy around because Quincy Jones, man.
Yeah. Quincy Jones.
And I don't know, man, the rhythm section stuff on those early records.
It's just
super
Toto.
cool.
Oh, that's Thriller. Thriller, the whole backing band is Toto.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow,
I didn't know
did
that till
not
just
know
now.
that. Wow, that's awesome.
Well, not all of Toto, but
like
Lukather.
Now I'm
Okay.
thinking about the
Picaro.
percussion, and I understand that makes sense.
That's why all those
yeah.
songs are just tight. It's
Yeah,
Toto.
right, yeah, super tight
Not
band.
all of them, but like a good majority of them.
That's pretty
They were
cool.
They were the session
Interesting.
band. Yeah.
Wow, we all learned something. That's great.
And then I have to shout it out. My number one favorite band, Gunner's gonna cringe. My favorite band of all time is a modern band called 21 Pilots.
Okay, yeah,
Which
yeah.
because their songwriting is phenomenal. I don't
Right on.
and as a drummer, that's where I love the drums. But like Gunner said, the musicality isn't crazy. It's just the songwriting and
Right.
the storytelling and the production.
Yeah.
Which I
I'm a
love.
sucker for ear candy production stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I'd agree with you.
What do you think, Gunner? Blow these guys out of the water. What you got?
So I want to tie this in with the theme here.
All right.
It's on my way over here.
And if you say you listen to
yes.
Slayer on the way over here,
No. I was talking about Slayer because, hey, listeners at home, Mystic Lake and Shakopee bought Slayer out of retirement to do their 40th anniversary show in Shakopee, Minnesota. But that is a
Let's
different
go.
news story. That was announced recently.
Right. Breaking news.
I just want to say we're going to tie this into songwriting. On my way
Cool.
over here, I listen to bad music, and these guys listen to good music.
Okay.
We got the Beatles, we got 21 Pilots, we got Johnny
Sure.
Cash, Van Halen.
Sure.
Those are groups and names that the general public will smile
Right.
when you say them. And then when I say the things that I listen to, people will say, who?
Okay.
And that's why I let these two do the songwriting.
Okay.
Because if I, an enjoyer of bad music, wanted to do the songwriting, I would be completely blind and not let the guys that listen to good music do songwriting.
But
Sure,
you were the
but you-
co-writer.
But yeah, I was.
You were
gonna
the
say that
co-writer on one of our best songs, which is yet to come out.
One of the songs coming out this summer, Gunner wrote a big portion of it. And you can
No,
just
the whole
tell.
me and Gunner, like we sat
Okay.
down and pieced together. Like that's not either of our. Like that's
It's just and everyone listening will know exactly what song we're talking about when it comes out.
Yep.
There's one song that's different, and that's because the album was about
sure.
over, and they could see that I was grumpy, and I was crossing my arms, and I was pouting in the corner, and they said, "What's wrong, Gunner?" And I said, "Guys, I want one song off this album where I have a voice." And they didn't say no to any of my ideas for 60 minutes. And then one of our songs on the album came out, which I don't really like that. I don't like this selfish mindset of like, guys, we needed one of my songs on this album.
Right.
But I cracked. I wanted
No,
one
it-
song
it
that
was-
I liked.
It was
And
true
it's-
though. We
and it's
did
one of
need
our
it.
best songs.
Yeah.
I wanted them
Really?
to follow my
Cool.
orders for one night, and
Cool.
they did it, and I'm a fan of the song.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Is it one of the songs we're playing?
No,
it's
okay,
not.
Be out
okay.
this summer.
So it'll be out later.
Yeah.
All right, but what did you listen to today? Let's hear it, man.
What I listened to on my way over here, I listened to a lot of Rush because that's the
Okay.
only music that I think, as I'm thematically looking at the summer
He's the prog
sky,
rock guy.
it's the only music that I listen to that kind of fits the summer vibe. Because
Okay.
a lot of the music I
Interesting.
listen to, you close your eyes and you see winter.
It's darker. Yeah.
You see winter.
Yeah, right.
So in the summer, I keep it to, it's really warm outside. It's about 84 today. I keep
Right.
it to Zeppelin and Rush in the
Ooh,
summer.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, because it feels weird to listen
Great
to
bands.
cold music in the summer.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I got a budget, and Zeppelin
Yeah,
was
let's
on
hear it.
I listened to Zeppelin on the way here too.
Right there, you go. Well, it
reminded
makes
me.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. With the shirt and all. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Well, cool. That's my favorite question.
that's
It
fun.
really is, because I love to hear what people listen to, and it always gives me ideas. So, okay, so you're going to release this tune. We got 2 more tunes to get through, but I got a bunch of questions for you too. So let's just keep going, if it's cool with you guys.
Yeah, let's keep
All
going.
right. So, okay, so you got new songs, you got a new album coming out sometime this summer. Will there be physical copies at all, or just streaming? Where
Streaming always, but we
Right.
would love to. We've talked about doing CDs or vinyls before. We just don't know how to do that. We're
Sure.
doing everything ourselves, and we
Right.
don't know. We're all very busy. We're seniors. Jared's a hardworking engineer.
Right.
We got to do all. We got to run our social medias, booking.
Right. It's a lot.
Yeah, we
It
don't.
really is.
We don't know how to do that kind of stuff.
Hey,
We-
managers, hit us up.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you-
Right,
yeah,
right.
No, we
totally.
we would love to have especially because my grandma and stuff. Who she's listening to this. So.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
hard
Grandma.
to.
Sorry, Grandma Rademacher. I didn't mean to swear or say bad things so
Right,
much.
right. Oh, we'll just bleep them all out.
Yeah.
CDs for my grandma. Or,
Yeah, totally,
We would
right?
love that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we don't know how to do
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
Well, we could totally pay someone to do it, but here, we
Yeah.
get back to the how much. Yeah.
Right, I know, right? It all-
every
everything
dollar we
costs
make
money,
goes
too.
back into the band.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. How about the last release, Another Day? Is that out on physical media at all? Can you get
Nope.
a CD? Just
You know what I would
streaming?
love to do? I'd really love to make vinyls off of it.
Yeah. Well, they have that new. There's vinyl on demand now.
So you can just
You can just get real small quantities, 20 of them, 10 of them, something. I don't know what that costs.
right. We should totally look into
Well,
that.
like what you said too earlier, vinyls are back.
There's a resurgence. Yeah, it's like
So maybe that would be smart.
because
Even as decoration.
I'll buy a CD at a show, but if I buy a CD at a show, it's simply to support the band, because I have a player in my car and that's it. I don't have a player. I mean, I have a player at home, but I don't use it, and I'm not going to. When I can just pull it up on my phone, the same album, and listen to it on my stereo, and it's like, well, yeah. But a vinyl record, if you got that at a show, I'll buy that. I take it home and listen to it. It's
Yeah, right.
That's
That's
a different day. Different time, I guess.
That sparked an idea.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Think about that. Maybe there's a solution in this new vinyl on demand thing that's happening. What about the future past this album? What are you guys doing? Is there I know you're all working and in school and stuff like that, but will you do a bunch of shows once the album's released? Will you do album release shows, stuff like that? And do you have any shows coming up right now?
We got a string of shows this summer. I don't know the dates. These guys might know better than I do.
Okay. Where can people go if they want to find the dates and
Instagram, Whitetail Music.
stuff? Okay.
Whitetail_music.
Whitetail_music. The logo is like a little
hand-drawn
deer looking thing. Same with Facebook. I think, is it just Whitetail on Facebook?
I think it's Whitetail Music.
But that's where you're gonna find our dates or
We always
content
post,
or
we have a show
Cool.
coming up here, but we don't have anything planned for an album release show.
Okay.
We don't even know when the album's gonna come out.
Right.
We're that would be cool though.
Well,
but
and last 2 nights ago, actually, Ryan and I met with some basically social media and videography. They seem very well at it. And buddies of mine from high school.
There you go.
Super good dudes, and they seem to be very. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Seem to be very knowledgeable with videography and social media engagement. So we just started a partnership with them.
Nice.
So I mean, as Ryan said, we're all super busy. We're about to get a lot busier. But before we release this album, we do want to have some planned content and just
right.
stuff to get
Hit
the word
ground
out.
running, right?
Yes.
So,
Yep.
Yeah, so you can keep it up instead of having it drop off.
Correct.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
it takes a lot of time and effort.
Yep.
It does, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
crazy how much work that it really is. Well, like I said, we're getting a little wordy. Maybe let's play. We got 2 more tunes to get through, so let's play another song.
Let's rip it.
And let people hear it. I love this one. This is a great tune. They're all great tunes, but yeah, this one really caught my ear. I was like, oh yeah, this puts a smile on my face. Beer Me Up, one of the new tunes. So we're here talking to Whitetail tonight. They have an EP out called Another Day. Check it out online, and you can stream it on all the streaming places. And they're releasing some singles now, and there'll be an album later this summer that this should be on. So this is Beer Me Up by Whitetail, and you're listening to it on the Sound right here on 89.5 KQAL.
Starts getting low. When your buddy texts you, you know where it's gonna go. Beer me up, I'm feeling lonely, and there's nothing else better to do. You probably won't be my only, so you might as well grab a few. And if you pass by any bourbon, I'll probably put that to some good use. And don't mind me, I just got a case of the Friday blues. Who's heading bar keeps staring back. She said she gets off her clothes and she's looking for a place to rag. Said, you know that sounds real nice, but tonight I'm with the guys, and my girl doesn't like that kind of surprise. But I know something you can do for me really quick, and if it's colder than the last one, I'll make sure to leave a tip. Beer me up, I'm feeling lonely, and there's nothing else better to do. Probably won't be my only, so you might as well grab a few. And if you pass by any bourbon, I'll probably put that to some good use. And don't mind me, I just got a case of the Friday blues. Beer me up, I'm feeling lonely, and there's nothing else better to do. You probably won't be my only, so you might as well grab a few. And if you pass by any bourbon, I'll probably put that to some good use. Don't mind me, I just got a case of the Friday, Saturday, Sunday blues, yeah.
That was Beer Me Up, and that's a new track from the band Whitetail. And we're
Ryan, that was your drum intro.
Yeah.
That's your feature, Ryan.
every tune never fails,
No,
right?
I really like, that's my favorite song of ours. I'm really proud of that one.
Setting the bar real high over here, man.
So okay, well, and that's another drinking theme song there. So yeah,
theme.
It's been a minute.
Common theme, right? Common theme.
Literally 1 minute.
So is that really your favorite song, right?
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
Cool. How come? Why?
He likes drinking.
Why,
Because he
Ryan?
likes drinking.
I just love to drink, but it really resonates with that
Is this a problem when he's behind the drum kit, or does it help?
It helps. A
Oh,
little
okay,
bit.
cool.
Yeah.
Then in that case, then yeah.
no. That song, I remember earlier I said Next to You was the first song we made. That was the first song we recorded. But
Okay.
Beer Me Up we've been playing it since before Whitetail even existed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we played it in that other band,
Old
Alex
tune,
Zachary.
right? Cool.
Yeah, so it's been really fun to watch it evolve, and every time we play it and then turn into this. Every time we play it, it's a heavier rock song, and then
Ooh.
Jared was like, let's make it like acoustic and like.
Hey,
laid
now that was
back.
your idea.
No,
I wanted to put an electric guitar.
Well,
Here we go.
More recently, you wanted to.
Oh, well, like when we recorded it. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm gonna quit being nitpicky here.
But I remember him saying, I want to do something like this, and he pulled up a demo he had made years ago, and it was acousticy, and I
Okay.
that's awesome. And we threw it together, and we've just worked on it, and just watching it come together, and it's been a thing for so long. It's just been, and it's catchy,
Right.
and it's
right.
funny, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah, cool. Well, I think this kind of brings us full circle. Because we talked about when we first started talking about how playing shows does almost more for you than playing just in rehearsal. And you said the song is an older song that's evolved, over time.
Absolutely.
Are all the tunes like that? Do you find that like the more you play something, the more it gets like
Absolutely.
it's like solidified into something better and better?
You can create more dynamics and
Right,
more
right.
hooks
Yeah.
and stuff like that instrumentally, and even change some lyrics over playing it like 8 times. And you're like, I'm sick of saying that. Let's
Right.
change that word or whatever. Let's add a guitar solo here. Or,
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Is this now, and I should have mentioned this right away. Is this the full band, or are we missing one person?
Yes.
This is the full band.
Congratulations, boys.
Right now.
Okay, cool. Cool.
3 of us.
So when you guys are in the room together playing, do things evolve just in rehearsal too? Will it be like, hey, wait a minute, what if I did this here just out of the blue?
Absolutely.
One day? Yeah.
Actually, in Beer Me Up, I was playing this with, I thought it was these guys, but I was playing that with a different band at one point. And there's one part, or throughout the song, I say, like, just got a case of the Friday blues. That's what I'd always say.
Uh-huh.
But then for the last chorus, I think I just stopped because we were drinking that night, and I was like, wait, hold up. Like, then I went Friday, Saturday, just stuff like that in rehearsal. You just add in.
Yeah.
And that was probably the freaking 30th time I've played that with the band. And,
Right.
it just comes up.
Right.
It's almost like you got to squeeze it out.
Yeah. Like you got to kind of internalize the whole song 1st, and then all of a sudden you can be like, oh, wait, what if I tweaked it here?
Yeah,
or there?
right.
Yeah. Cool. I love that. What about future plans? What's your goal with this band? Where are you guys headed? What's the future hold, do you think?
In my opinion, I want to, and this is a new adventure we're just taking on, I want to grow a social media following so we can acquire bigger gigs, so we have like a resume to show them. Like, if they say, we reach out to a big venue and they say, well, send us your socials. We can't send them a bare Instagram or Facebook page.
Right.
I want to build up a social media, which we have a lot of gigs lined up and a lot of opportunity for content to do so. Then start reaching out to bigger gigs, and then kind of just lather, rinse, repeat that process. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
I don't know if that sounds logical for kind of what we're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we were meeting with those videographers on Monday for, was
Sure.
to just film. Because...
and I love the gigs we do right now. I'm not saying like, I want to
Right.
get bigger gigs. 'Cause,
Right.
like, I love the places we play.
Yeah.
But
they've always been great to us, and we consistently come back.
Right.
But you got to work your way up. You got to...
continuous improvement.
Right. Bigger, better things. Open for Slayer, perhaps, right? Woo! Awesome. So you guys can be heard on all the major streaming platforms, right? Things like that.
Yep.
Let's see. And then Instagram, Whitetail_music, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's where you can find out about show dates, things like that, the new release when that comes out. Awesome. Well, we got one more tune. Thanks you guys so much for joining us tonight, This is
Absolutely.
great.
Thanks for having us. This has been fun so far.
I love it. And when that new record comes out, make sure you get us a copy, man. We'll put that on the air and spin it for
On
you guys.
vinyl.
Heck yeah. Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
great. I don't know if any of the DJs here will play the vinyl. They're scared of it, but I'll play it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'll buy one of the vinyls and we'll play the digital files upstairs. How's that?
That sounds
Absolutely. That sounds great to me.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming in. I'm here with Whitetail tonight. They are a local regional band here from Winona, they're a regional band from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and they have an EP out right now called Another Day. You can stream that on all the streaming platforms, and they have some singles out, and a new album is coming this summer. So watch for that and watch for show dates. Oh, and you guys have a show coming up here in Winona, don't you? At
Yes.
Peters soon?
May 1st.
May
Peters
1st.
Beer Garden downtown.
Awesome. So May 1st, Peters Beer Garden.
What time is it?
In Winona.
6 p.m.
At 6 p.m. Awesome.
This recording will come out very shortly before that gig.
It'll be right before, yeah.
So if you are listening to this, clear your Friday plans right now. Friday night. If you want to hear what we've been talking about, see if we're true men of our words.
Come downtown.
Come to Peters Beer Garden. Peters Beer Garden's a great place. It's outside. It'll be a warm, sunny night.
Yeah, it's a nice day. It's pretty out there. And
Totally.
We'll get a little rowdy up there if you guys are into that kind of thing.
I love it. Sounds good. Well, thank you guys. So go ahead and check these guys out at Peters. And let's check it out. This is a newer tune by these guys, Past the Pines, Whitetail. Check them out, okay? And you're listening to it on the Sound right here in 89.5 KQAL.
Sitting by the wood stove all damn night, watching pops cut wood, 'cause the winter bites sometimes. To take it back, anything I pay, I wouldn't trade it in for any other day. Now anytime the snow's rolling through, I remember that night when my hands turned blue and he said, if you wanna be proud of yourself someday, you better figure out, boy, the world don't work your way. 'Cause you can cry, you can whine, but it won't change nothing. But if you love, wear out your gloves, you'll be alright. Fire's down low, just a paint red shine, and the light's running out just past the pines, but I'm fine. The ground feels tougher than it did last night, and I don't see a goddamn break inside. And wouldn't you know, when the stock's running low, that cold wind blows right through your soul, and I know if I quit right now, I'll just freeze to death. I'll be working like a dog till my last breath. 'Cause you can cry, you can whine, but it won't change nothing. But if you love, wear out your gloves, you'll be alright.
Thanks again to Whitetail for joining us tonight on The Sound. To hear more from Whitetail, look them up on Instagram at whitetail_music or on your favorite streaming platforms. For more deep dives into local and regional albums, tune into The Sound every Wednesday night at 6 right here on 89.5 KQAL. You can also listen to past episodes of The Sound with extended interviews and exclusive content on your favorite streaming services. Find links at kqal.org. I'm Bill Stoneberg, and we've just heard from local band Whitetail with their EP Another Day on The Sound. Thanks for listening to The Sound. The Sound is produced by KQAL-FM on the campus of Winona State University. Visit us online at kqal.org. Theme music for The Sound provided by Mike Terrell of Fires of Denmark.